Dear students, today we are going to study the 12th standard chapter which is called as the reproduction in lower and higher plants. So in this chapter, from this chapter we are going to study the unit which is called as sexual reproduction. So in this unit, that is unit 1.3, we will start with the first point called as the structure of microspore or pollen grain, and later on we will deal with development of male gametophyte. So we will see the first point, that is the structure of pollen grain. So here, see here, structure of microspore or pollen grain is nothing but it has various shapes. So it may be spherical, it may be triangular, or it may be elliptical. So in this given figure, you can see the structure of the pollen grain is spherical in nature. So this is the spherical nature or round shape, what we call. Then these pollen grains are said to be non-motile. The meaning of non-motile here is, that is, they cannot travel on their own. So they require various types of the agents like wind, water, or insects. So they are called as the non-motile. Secondly, the nucleus of this pollen grain, it contains half the set of chromosomes, or they contain only one set of chromosomes. So they are described as unicellular. Then pollen grains are unicellular, made up of a single cell. Then as the pollen grain, in the figure you can observe here, as the pollen grain, it contains a single nucleus. So as the nucleus is a single, it is said to be uninucleated structure. Then now see this structure of pollen grain. This pollen grain is surrounded by a thick wall, and this wall is called as the sporoderm. So the this sporoderm, later on here, it is covered by the two layers. So here you can see the outer, the layer is called as the exine, which is comparatively thick, and it is made up of a complex non-biodegradable substance called as the sporopollenin. Then these exine, according to the type of the plant, here it may be smooth or with a sculptured pattern or rough in nature. So in this pollen grain, in this figure you can see the outer layer is smooth without any ornamentation, while in the lower figure of the pollen grain, you can see that these pollen grain shows spiny structures. So why this variation is there? The variation is mainly due to the type of pollination. So these smooth walled pollen grains, these are mainly seen in the wind pollinated plants, and these the pollen grains with the spiny exines, these are the plants with mainly insect pollinated plants. So here at some places you can see the exine is not continuous. So in this exine shows small pores. So these are the pores. Here you can see the pores. These pores are called as the germ pores. Now here, so here in this case, these germ pores may be the number of germ pores. It depends upon the plants. So in the monocot plants, the number of germ pore is single. So it is called as the uniporate in nature. And if here in this figure you can see these are the three germ pores. This is called as the triporate structure. So in this structure we can see, so triporate. Tri means three. That is, a pollen grain with three germ pores is called as the triporate nature. And if a pollen grain it has only a single germ pore, then it will be described as uniporate in nature. Uniporate in nature. Now, the next point of this is that is, in this case, the inner wall, of the pollen grain here is known as the intine. So here in this figure you can see here we have labeled the structure called as the intine. Now these are the germ pores. So you can clearly see the germ pores in this figure here. These are the three germ pores which are clearly seen. So in this slide here the nature of the intine. So yes, this is the innermost black colored nature in the figure. It is called as the intine. Now this intine as compared to the outer covering called as the exine, it is thin, it is elastic, it is delicate, and here it is stretchable. So this intine is made up of the substance called as the cellulose and pectin. Now the next slide we will be studying that is of how the pollen grains are formed. These pollen grains they are produced by the process which is called as a microsporogenesis. So the meaning of this word is genesis means to produce. Micro that is small or tiny. So the pollen grains are the tiny spores which are developed or which are produced by the process called as microsporogenesis. So here we can see the definition. So in the definition, what is microsporogenesis? Process of formation of microspore or pollen grain is called as the microsporogenesis. Now here inside the anther there is a microspore mother cell. This microspore mother cell it divides by the process of reduction division called as the meiosis to form four haploid microspores or they are called as the pollen grains. So in this case here we can have the figure here. Suppose this is the diploid microspore mother cell. Now this diploid microspore mother cell it undergoes a process which is called as the reduction division or meiosis, and this results in formation of four haploid microspores. So these are the three and back of this is one. So these totally four haploid microspores are formed and this process it is called as the microsporogenesis. So this is the way or process by which the microspores are formed. So from this, so what we have studied so far, we have studied so far the process. Firstly, we have seen the structure of the pollen grain. We will briefly revise this. So pollen grain, how the pollen grain is? Pollen grain is haploid in nature. Then pollen grain is uninucleate. Uninucleate. Then it is one cell. So one cell nature. Then another important point which we have studied so far about the pollen grain here about the outer covering. It may be smooth, mainly found in the wind pollinated plants, or it may be ornamented, or the simple word we can call it as the rough exine in the insect pollinated plants. Then we will go to the next point, that is the development of the male gametophyte. So here, so pollen grain, it will lead to the formation of the male gametophyte. So pollen grain is the beginning, or it marks the beginning of the male gametophyte. So from this pollen grain, here you can see pollen grain, it it results in the formation of the structure called as the male gametophyte. This pollen grain, it germinates, resulting in the formation of the pollen tube, which comes out from the intine in the form of a tube called as the pollen tube. This pollen tube contains the two nuclei, that is tube nucleus and generative nucleus, which later on, the generative nucleus later on develops into the two non-motile male gametes. So here we will go step by step. So pollen grain undergoes first mitotic divisions to form two cell structure. So here you can see in the figure. So this is the pollen grain, and this pollen grain has undergone the first mitotic division, resulting in formation of the two cell structure. So this is the two cell structure. In this structure, what you can see here, this is the larger cell, which is called as the vegetative cell, and towards the lower side you can see a smaller single cell, which is called as the generative cell. So this is the two cell structure formed in the pollen grain. Now after this two cell structure, the vegetative cell which is present, the vegetative cell or the uh, vegetative cell, it contains or it is rich in food and having irregular shaped nucleus. So this is the vegetative cell, and in this the nucleus is irregular in shape. Then here the generative cell, which was smaller towards the base of the pollen grain, here it is comparatively small, and this cell, it floats in the cell cytoplasm of the vegetative nucleus. Now here, after formation of this two cell structure, this two cell structure undergoes the second mitotic division, which is only concerned with the generative cell only. Now this generative cell, which is here you can see in this figure, this generative cell has undergone the second mitotic division, and it forms two non-motile male gametes, because these non-motile male gametes, these gametes are unable to move on their own to reach the female gamete, so they are called as the non-motile. So here you can see the division, second division of the generative nucleus in this figure. Then the mitotic division of the generative nucleus takes place either in the pollen grain or in the pollen tube. So the generative nucleus may enter in the pollen tube and then it may divide, or the generative cell may divide within the pollen grain only. So in such a case, the pollen grains are released, or they are shed from the anther in two cell stage. So we can see the figures in the sequential steps like this. So the first figure, it indicates the pollen grain showing all the parts called as the exine, then intine, cytoplasm, nucleus and germ pore. In second figure, here, so in this case, so these are the developmental stages, different developmental stages of the male gametophyte. So this is the pollen grain. In the second figure, you can observe the two-celled nature of the pollen grain. Larger vegetative cell containing irregular nucleus, and towards the base there is a smaller generative cell which floats in the cytoplasm of the pollen grain. So what you observe in the third figure, these generative cell and this vegetative nucleus are present in the pollen grain cytoplasm. So in the fourth figure you can see there is the occurrence of second mitotic division, which is mainly restricted only to the generative cell, and this generative cell, it divides and results in the formation of the two male gametes. So as I earlier told that the two male gametes may be formed within the pollen grain itself, or this generative nucleus may enter first into the pollen tube and it may divide, resulting in the formation of the male gametes. So at the tip you can see the tube nucleus. As the pollen tube, it grows during the process of fertilization, the tube nucleus, it directs this growth of the pollen tube towards the female gamete egg cell, and later on it degenerates or it disappears. So this is the development of the male gametophyte. So we can stop for this today's lecture, and we have studied so far the structure of the pollen grain and the development of the male gametophyte. Thank you.
Hello students, let today revise about structure of pollen grain. Each pollen grain, that is microspore, is unicellular, uninucleate, spherical or oval haploid structure. It is with a double layered wall called sporoderm. The outer layer of pollen wall is thick, highly resistant and is called exine. The exine may be spiny as in insect pollinated plant or smooth in wind pollinated plant. Exine is mainly composed of a complex substance called sporopollenin, which provides resistance to a pollen grain from physical and biological decomposition. Exine is interrupted at one or more places which look like small pores called germ pores. In pollen grain of monocotyledon plant, single germ pore is present, that is uniporate. Pollen grains of dicotyledon plant, 3 germ pores are present, that is triporate. The inner layer of sporoderm is called intine. It is composed of cellulose and pectin. It encloses protoplasm with single haploid nucleus. Pollen grain is the initial cell of male gametophyte. Development of male gametophyte. Pollen grain marks the beginning of male gametophyte. It undergoes first mitotic division to produce bigger naked vegetative cell and small thin-walled generative cell. The vegetative cell is rich in food and having irregular shaped nucleus. The generative cell floats in the cytoplasm of vegetative cell. The second mitotic division is concerned with generative cell only and give rise to two non-motile male gametes. The mitotic division of generative cell takes place either in pollen grain or in the pollen tube. The pollen grains are shed from the anther at this two-celled stage in most of the angiosperm. So your pollen tube, two male gametes, tube nucleus constitute male gametophyte.